What's up? What's up? It's me, King. We back with another video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment. If you didn't know to do so, now you know to do so. Today's topic, we're gonna discuss how, as a man, bro, your life is already stressful enough. We're already put under immense pressure in day-to-day living, right? Like, as a man, nobody really cares about your journey. Nobody really cares about the struggles that you go through, the mental health, the trials and tribulations that you face. Nobody really cares, right? They might be a listening ear. They might give you a little pat on the back, but it's really up to you to get past whatever you're getting. It's really up to you to get past whatever is in your way. It's all up to you. Nobody else can do the job for you. And we can't be adding to this immense pressure by picking the wrong bitch. See, a lot of guys got the game backwards. We would rather chase a broad before we replace a broad. See, and that's so backwards, bro. You like a dog chasing a cat, when really you should be attracting women to come to you naturally, understanding your tribe, the women who fuck with you organically, that you don't have to force the issue, right? And when you do that, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to hire women that's in line with your alignment, who will put themselves in chat, right? Because they don't want to lose you. See, you got to be willing to replace a girl. You have to be willing to replace a broad, bro. A lot of us aren't willing to do so, or we just don't have the capabilities. And that's why you always got to be on your grind, always. I don't care if you get in a relationship. I don't care if you've been in a relationship for 15, 20 years. You must always be consistently improving. Always be consistently putting in the work, the effort. Because the moment that you stop, the moment that you settle, the moment that you give up on your journey, she's watching you. Hold on, my girl must be calling. Either my girl or somebody calling. Hello? I'm making a video.
Okay, well, I'll see you soon.
Huh?
I said, okay, well, I'll see you soon.
All right. Bye. See, where the fuck was I at? Yeah, you gotta be able to replace her, bro. See, they're always watching you. They always know in the back of their heads if you can get another, or if she's your best and only option. They're always judging you. They're always seeing what level, what area they can put you in, bro. Like, listen, as a man, you gotta always keep the leverage in a relationship. And a lot of that is based off what you're bringing to the table. A lot of that is based off if you can replace her or if you cannot. If she don't think that you can find another version of her, bro, she's gonna disrespect the fuck out you, man. You set yourself up for failure, for disappointment, for a headache, for the okie doke. You're setting yourself up, bro, because you don't even got the self-respect to put in the work on yourself. How the fuck do you expect for her to respect you? Nobody respect dudes who are lazy. Nobody respect dudes who they look at and be like, damn, he haven't produced anything. You can't, bro, in society, a big part of your manhood is your ability to produce. Your ability to produce. Whatever outcome you want, you gotta be able to produce that. And you gotta stay on your fucking grind. It's not no fall off, right? And if you fall off, you damn sure about to make sure that's not infinite, it's not forever. Like, get back on your high horse, man. Get back on the grind. Because once she feel like you can't replace her, Bro, she got all the fucking power in the relationship. And guess what happens when the girl has the power? Niggas start eating the apple. People start eating that apple, bro. And you're not supposed to eat the apple. There's a reason for that. You're supposed to be following your goals, following the Most High, following your principles. But when you are chasing a bride, you put all that on the back burner. And nobody can respect that. She's not gonna she's not gonna respect that, bro. She's just gonna use you. Like, you're a duck. You're literally a duck. You're meant to be used at that point because you don't even have the self-respect to follow the agenda that you set for yourself. Bro, too many dudes get in relationships and just fall off. They get too comfortable, bro. They get to the point where they feel like they don't have to put in the work, or the girl, lifestyle become the man's main objective. How do this look, bro? It's a lot of times where, I want to hit the gym. I want to go to the gym, bro. And it's a lot of times where my girl don't feel like doing it. She want to cuddle up, right? And you got two options, man. You can either go to the gym, you can convince her to come with you, or you can lay your ass in bed and get comfortable and fall off. And it's just gonna happen, bro, because as a man, she's not gonna have the same grind as me. She's not gonna have the same fucking, get the fuck up and put in the work, that effort as me. Like, I don't expect that. I got testosterone, I got more testosterone than her, that shit that keeps you going, that give you that energy to go and attack the day. She's not gonna have as much as that as me. So it's gonna be days where she's feeling more lazy and I'm feeling more active. And who's gonna win in that situation, man? That's gonna say a lot about the relationship. Because the moment that you get too comfortable and she senses that you're falling off, next thing you know, she's looking at other dudes thinking about replacing you, right? You can't replace her, now she's thinking about replacing you because you weak. Because you fell off. You're not the man that you once was. You don't have that same, that dog in you. You lost that. Now you're like a little pup. Now you're like a bitch. Like, she can really control you. She can control the dynamic. She can do whatever she wants. Because you can't leave. Once you lose the ability to leave, she's gonna lead the situation. And once she start leading, then next thing you know, she's gonna leave. And it's only getting harder. It's only gonna get harder the more that she lead. Because the moment that you try to push back and take the power back, bro, she's gonna look at you like, what the fuck? Like, what? I'm not finna give you that power. Like, are you kidding me? Like, now she got a view of you as a weak dude. Now she's gonna treat you as such. Like, you gonna try to take the power back, she gonna be like, bro, I'm not doing that. Like, you can leave right now. That's when this disrespect, that's when the indifference. When a girl is starting to become indifferent, bro, she's starting to think about the options that she have outside of you. She's starting to think about letting you go and exploring her options. That's what's really happening when she become indifferent. When she don't have that same passion, not putting in effort in the relationship. Because if she really cared, she understands that she want to stick with you. She want to make it work, right? She don't want the game to end. But you quit on yourself a long time back, bro, and she can't respect that. Now you fall into that category of a weak man, and you get no respect. You're not going to be able to lead the relationship because now she's like, I'm the leader. This is my boat. I'm the captain of the ship now. Right? And you can jump off and drown, or you can get a new boat. But at that point, it's over. Either you're going to allow her to lead, or you're going to allow her to leave. That's why we must stay on our grind. That's why we can never fall off. You can never fall off, man. You don't have that luxury. You don't have the luxury to be lazy. You don't have the luxury to not go after your goals, to not be ambitious. You don't have that luxury, man. Because it's a certain respect level that comes with guys who are ambitious, who grind, right? You can't talk to a dude who been grinding all his life the same way you talk to a dude who hasn't. He's not gonna allow that. He's not gonna allow you to treat him like another random dude who haven't been putting in the fucking grind. It comes, like, when you really work on yourself, man, it comes with a level of arrogance. That's gonna naturally just flow with you. Because you're gonna be like, bro, I'm not settling for nothing less than I deserve. I'm not settling for that bullshit. I'm not them, I'm different, and I expect different treatment. See, and women love that attitude, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, they like that. They like that. It makes them feel a certain way, bro. And once you get a girl feeling a certain way, that's that attachment. See, feelings bring attachment. A lot of guys don't understand that. Or they do, but they still, you can know the game and still not be able to apply it, bro. Like, real shit. You can watch internet shit all day long, but when the situation arrives in your life, like in the real world, the way you move, it's not gonna be on some, I seen this on the internet, so it's gonna make it easier to do. You're still gonna feel the same fucking conflict. You're still gonna, feel a certain way. And based off how you move, it's gonna say a lot about you. And she's gonna be watching that. She's always watching you, man. She's always studying. It never stops. The game never stops. See, a lot of y'all get too comfortable and think the game stops. It don't. I'm sorry to tell you, but it will never stop until you are dead. That's when the game stops. When your heart stops, that's the game. The game is over. See, but a lot of y'all don't play offense. You're not playing offense. You're not making yourself the better version. You're not evolving into the better man. You're not becoming something of value. You're stagnant. You're in the same spot that you was in last year, bro. She sees that. She sees you not moving. She sees you too comfortable. Like, that's a little ick in the back of her head. Like, ew, I'm settling. Now she's thinking that she's settling, and girls do not like to settle. We see the internet shit. Girls be like, bro, I will be single before I settle. And that's why a lot of you guys get broken up with. That's why a lot of you guys get finessed, because you settling and you don't really see it. See, you don't see it, but you have a little inclination in your mind that tells you that, bro, I'm getting a little too comfortable, but you ignore it. You ignore it to make the girl happy. You ignore it to adjust to the girl's situation, right? You're lazy. You're getting lazier and lazier, and the more that you feed that laziness, the more lazy you become. The more you feed your activity, your ambition, the more ambition and more activity you put in. It's whatever you feed, bro. Whatever you feed is gonna produce, and results will show, man. Results will have to show. See, you gotta be able to replace a broad who's disrespecting you, who's not seeing you as valuable when you're putting in the work. You gotta be able to replace her, because once you start chasing, you chasing the disrespect. I want you to really interpret that you're chasing disrespect. You're chasing resentment. You're chasing insecurities. You're chasing all the things that's gonna belittle you. Why would you do that when you can replace her and find somebody who's gonna uplift you, who's gonna speak life into you, who's gonna treat you a certain way? But I don't want you guys to think that that's just gonna come because you're a man. No, nigga. You have to put in that fucking work to be treated a certain way. You have to. Cause and effect. The way she see you is gonna be based off how you're moving in life, day to day. What activities you're doing, what you're producing. A lot of dudes like to say that there's no such thing as unconditional love. And if you think that way, why the fuck is you not putting in the work? Why is you not bringing something to the table to offer? Like, that makes no sense. You think just because you know that there's no such thing as unconditional love, that means that you don't have to bring something to the table? No, you still have to put in the work, man. You still have to grind. Just because you know game doesn't mean that you don't have to participate, right? You don't have to participate, but don't complain when you're not getting the results that you want. Don't get on the internet complaining about, man, women only like these type of dudes, man, like that depression, bitch ass energy, nigga. Like, get the fuck up, work on yourself, become better. How do you expect a girl to like you if you don't have any likable traits? If you don't have any redeeming traits, how do you expect for that shit to work? A lot of guys got unrealistic expectations just like these females. Y'all are in y'all feminine energy, bro. That complaining and not grinding, that's feminine energy, man. Stop the complaining, put in the work, and results will come. It might not happen overnight. It might not happen in a month. It might not happen in a year. But just be patient. Just keep putting in your due diligence, and results will eventually come to you. It's all about attraction, that magnetic energy. Like attract like. Whatever you're like as a man, you're gonna attract a woman who like that about you. So just put in that work. Just be able to place boundaries and be able to replace a bride. Be capable of doing it, bro. And when she knows you're capable of doing it, man, it's gonna make her in alignment. It's gonna put her in chat, bro. A lot of times you ain't gonna be able, you don't even have to say it. Like, she's just gonna know what to do and what not to do. She's just gonna know. Realistically, she already knows, but she knows that you're probably put up with it because you're a weak dude. Because she got you by the balls, like in her hands is your balls. She got that. She can, squeeze that bit, make you feel pain, or she can massage it, make you feel good, your ego and shit, stroke your ego. Or she got you by the balls, bro. She can control you. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So, as a man, you gotta be able to replace a bride who's not treating you right, who's dimming your light. But the only way you can be capable of doing that is if you have options, and options come from dudes who put in that work. You're not gonna have options if you're not putting in the work. That's just the bottom line. And the work don't have to be physical, like always hitting the gym. The work can be working on your mouthpiece. The work can be working on your grooming. Whatever you're insufficient as a man, just work on your inadequacies. Work on the things that you're behind in. And once you do those, you have no choice but to level up. You have no choice. So that's the video for today, man. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, comment, do all the YouTube friendly stuff. See you on the next video. Bye.